Hi, my name is Michael Cullen for Film Sound Tutorials, and this is another video in my video series for a one-man workflow for post-film sound. And in this video, we're going to go a little bit deeper into music editing, specifically a common case that I have where I receive music and then it doesn't fully line up to what I needed to do with the picture. And so in Murphy's Law, we had a case that happened like this. Now, when the composer was finishing up the score, the director decided to elongate this final scene. And so the music that the composer wrote now isn't long enough for the scene. The music started right around here, and now by elongating the scene, the director now wants the music to start here. And so now we have about 10 seconds of space that we need to fill. And so this is a problem I have quite often, where I need to edit the music to fit the new timing. So let's see what I can do. Now, when you're normally music editing, the best place to split up a song is normally within the middle of the song, because it's very hard to recreate the beginning or the ending using editing techniques. And so let's play what we have so we can get a feel of what we're looking at. So following that rule, I'm going to have to keep the cadence or the ending of the song here and somehow pull out the beginning of the song to begin right here. And so I'll put a little marker just by hitting enter, and that's the enter on your numpad. And since I'm working with stems, it's going to be a little bit more difficult to move all four of these audio tracks at once. So I'm going to use a feature in Pro Tools called a group to help me manipulate all of the audio tracks at once. And so if we go down over here to the little arrow, in the bottom left corner, there's a little box called groups. And what I'm going to do is I want to group all of my music tracks together. So if I make an edit to one of the tracks, it will apply that edit to all of the tracks. And so to do that, we just go up to the first music track, hold shift, and we'll go down to my last music track. And I'm going to hit the little caret and do new group. And I'm going to call this my music group. Say OK. And so now you can see whenever I make an edit to one of the music tracks, my selection tool spans all of the music tracks. And so if I hit B for break, it will break all of the tracks instead of just one of them. And so back to editing. Like I said, we're definitely going to have to keep this cadence somehow. And so we'll break that. And let's pull this beginning music to the front to see what we can do. And so you can see here, it sounds like that's where the chord changes. And so I wonder if I can make some kind of break here to elongate this sustained chord. So maybe let's repeat what I currently had again. So I'll paste that in. Maybe something like this. See what happens. All right, that could work with a little finesse. Maybe push it back just a tad. And then I can select all these and I will crossfade them. And I want to get it right before the sax goes up to that higher note. And now we can't, of course, repeat the same thing over and over again, so I'll probably have to let this chord continue. Now, We're so close because I wish I could just crossfade this and call it a day. But you can tell how it repeats itself. So that's not going to work. Let's see. I need to somehow delay the cadence of this just a couple more seconds. And so I'm going to break this and break the little part that we added. Let's get rid of this crossfade as well. And I wonder, let's see if I can pull back the beginning, that little da-da-da, to that ending here. So let's do maybe something like this. And paste it. All right, a little more finesse, I think, and it could probably work. And we'll have to definitely turn this guy down just a tad. So let's see how this sounds together. So, you know, it's not the best composed music, I could say. However, it fills out the space and it still keeps the cadence at the very end of the song that gives it that definite ending. And now with dialogue and everything on top, I think it should probably work.
I think we got a new job for you, Murphy.
Way to kill, Murphy.
Murphy! I saw the whole thing. I'm so proud of you, baby. It's a boy!
So when you're crunched for time, this is something that you can do to fill out the space and have the music better help tell the story. So let's turn off the MX group down here on the bottom left, just so we don't make any accidental edits to the music track once we start mixing. And last but not least, we're gonna do save, copy in, audio files, and then keep the same thing, but change the date to the 21st. And there you go. Great. So with this video, this concludes the editorial work on Murphy's Law. And in the next video tutorials, we're going to now move into mixing and then finishing the film. So thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.